of April 2023. Yesterday, the 4th of April, President Bill been on 5 years in office. 5 years. When President Bill become a year, people then begin point finger, say, hey, the new direction, what's in the happy under, hey, what's in the way? They say, hold on. Now wait. I say, you know, sit down at the chair, it's fine, you know, relax itself. Now wait. So, we don't wait. You don't clock 5. Even with the 5, they say no. What's one they talk? APC, not to 10 years, 11 years, then be do. So wait. When you self do 10, 11 years, then we can compare now. But today, I don't know if I get to see the 11 years. Or the 5 one I don't see first. Lord put on a table. The good, the bad, and the ugly of President Bill 5 years in office. President Bill, when he been 4 years in office, now he self tell we say, where they talk to his supporters them na State House Garden. He say, all waiting in the manifesto, I don't do and done. From A to Z. He say right now, na bonya, na just the gi. You are asked waiting at the bonya? The airport. Because Yusuf Keketoma tell we say, the airport to be even there by the manifesto. Dande, na bonya, na in, then giwi. Yes. 5 years in office. President Bill in defense team. Waiting and they tell we? Well, the world of COVID. The world of COVID. The world of COVID. The time where APC be there, na Ebola. But Ebola, it not be scatter na the entire world. COVID now, all side, the teeth. So man, they see don't look see, a big boom. The COVID, where Yagbawi, where they na the diaspora. You know, have self for rich inside salon. So wait till they want talk. Alright. Everybody where they support President Bill gets waiting and they hail the president for. A lot of citizens, don't they say, Pa, the fly, it's too much. Now for dollar. We can power, just the fly. We don't try for ask Nayasi if President Bill don't ever day inside saloon full. From where begin fly. Eh? You don't ever day inside saloon 1 full month. 4 weeks complete. You know come on and do. Eh? 1 full entire month complete. We no come out na do. We dey inside saloon no more. Month. Something in the way go from one country to the other before you come back. Then by the time they say, hey, Papa don't left back. Party Dominion say yes. It don't take 1 full month. Na Salowe no travel. So when citizens then complain, President Bill say, in they go try for clean the name of Sierra Leone. Same na the State House garden. Now they tell them, say, now the fly, now you don't bring the MCC. So, ladies and gentlemen, I go continue for fly. Since then, President not the dollar. President we don't take 5 years in office. He don't fly as much as he don't fly. Almost people they don't can find them. President them. We don't can find them. Eh? There was one point controversial flying them. What is status tell we? For say, oh, the president gets a personal break. We to a back na honeymoon. Usai na Lebanon. Eh? So President Biyon for fly. Nobody need challenge him. When former President Kuruma be in a chair, when himself be they left the country, he go to entourage. He not fly as much as President Biyo they fly. They go to entourage. Now so Mohamed Bango take come on empathy can end up na APC. Yes, tapa fly. For begin old former President Kuruma in bag. All thing I they tell you will get them. This picture sometimes they not get themselves again. What I put through. Near the one way President Bill is the staff. Now the same way it is signed for be president. Now got this in blue that next day. And the picture that day. Eh? Now in the you see so. But what they try for saying now? The president don't have power. All man gets your own case for the president. The president na BBC. He say then they jealous him because he dey fly. On the debate, he say no. 200,000 for bag of rice. Now, a 300% increase to 600,000. Oh, more than that, safe. In their own defense, well, not so shallow no more, global. But before Corona come, who side the economy be there? Before Corona, who side the economy be there? Before Corona, why the bank governor be the auction dollar? Before Corona, oh, why the bank governor be the auction dollar? President Bill, they fly and the entourage where they go with. Look at the don't come yonder. Where they come, same thing. When be say, he not go do. Everybody, the first lady where they come, all manga for go say welcome. Yes, all manga for go say welcome. Right now the president they on thank you to. All man they be now. Eh? All man. So now, who say we economy day? After Corona, who say we day? Hey people, well, yes, even I. They don't increase in them. Not true. They don't increase, eh? It's true. The cents, the way they put na. Now they still want for compare to yanda. the hundreds of percentage they wouldn't they put. I make no me no kin lek for compare ya and yanda. No kin one time safe. Give me 24 hours light first. What open the pump let water di. Let internet di. The law begin talk. Because I need to talk about hospital and good road. We not reach date. Ah well, if you know so we not reach date. Why you want for compare? Who not reach date? Eh? We left Corona, Ukraine and Russia inside. Who save inside? Bogolom. Eh? Well, the war na Ukraine, the war Russia. Eh? That means say Corona come, we no learn nothing. Ukraine and Russia go down, we no go still learn nothing. We no go still learn. Waiting at the innovative ideas them. We, with all the hustling and bustling of the world, with all, where they go on, waiting at the solutions them. Because that's what we need. When we can send with camera, go na communities them. Waiting I can tell the journalists the way they go see. Waiting the community people and they complain. The one the way they in charge of the community, not for complain that one day. Then they for provide solution. Community people not go the crisis will not get water. Then you wouldn't put in charge back the crisis will not get water. Well, low exchange, cow by a fosba. Because you did it for waiting. For provide the solution. We not get water. Okay. How go see for make we get sustainable water na ya? During Corona, I asked President Bill. What's the President Bill say? He said with the way how things they go now, no go able for help the Salon people them. But one thing we President Bill dey knock chest for any side go na this world, na education. Education, education, education. Now they knock chest for any side we go. Education. We dey pay school fee. We dey pay school fee. We dey give books. We dey feed, well, some schools. Not every school. Some school. Now that one day, President Bill always, even where they on thank you talk, wait till they talk. Education. Free quality education. Eh? Also, Omar say waiting I will expect President Bill for say again. For say, he don't come provide education for we. Education na long-term investment. But the word free and quality for go together, it go mona. Free and quality for go together. Eh? If you're gonna fine dining, you're gonna cook shop. Then the presentation set for the quality where you're gonna fine dining or where you're gonna buffet, it different. It different. Eh? Renata, am I speaking your language? Yeah? No, seriously. You don't go to the high-end restaurant then? Eh? Where they don't make a like that salmon. One great slice. Where they don't make and done. Then chook one leaf there. If they charge you how much for that one day? Eh? Okay. Then the way enter cookery shop, you know for how much you they buy? So you know they compare them. Who say they get free and the free back na quality. You want themselves where they go, for go collect and Salvation Army. Some brand and they never hear there. But they meet today, they wait for you. They meet them, they wait for you. Where somebody want give you free coffee, not to Starbucks they can give you. Not to Starbucks, not to they can give you. They give them at our swan. So I just try for may we understand about the free we come with quality. We all are the diaspora. One way or the other, people they don't beg you. I don't beg you for help them. Yes, the school fee they help. Definitely they help. It help. But the one way the parents and they spend in more than that school fee. And then they disqualify say school fee. No, it they help the parents them. But as compared to uniform, bags, shoes, school fee na nothing. School fee na nothing. Yes, what President Biobi they propose. If you remember, fine. All thing that they be they he be say they give the school bag, the shoes, the uniform, they give all thing. I think you know be understand that fine. We can inside the game na no, well, I left and paddy. I go buy books them. We go feed some school them. Then I go pay the school fees them. But for that free quality education, on paper, we are not challenge President Bio. Not challenge Andy. But you don't 5 years now office. You vote for him. Fine. And this should be the expect. You not vote for him. Fine. It surprise you. It shock you. It shock you. Okay. Well, let's begin enter the program proper one now. Yusuf Keketoma, beginning at 98 this morning. He give the report card. And just the first question they ask him, I go play. The report card. He give him. For say, this time President Bill don't do in 5 years. Now long-term investment President Bill they do. We make able see nothing right now. The things them we can always they complain from light, water, good road, job, hospital, the nyam, the bread and butter. How we don't do the inside and day. Or waiting we they cry for. No, the president you know gets that one day. He get you agenda. Lately, because of how things then they go say, well, Even I will do a program say if it don't time for make we say some austerity measures them for put them in place. No, that what they first time they don't want. Because they them be using for campaign. I go to use something for campaign, they use everyone can use and say austerity. Eh? But anyway, if we want for count true, roughly on average in your mind, how much project you think say President Bill on launch from where can apart for the 5 years? How much projects them? Maybe not 10. I think not just 15 projects. Eh? We a launch first. Then we don't get roughly how much for them projects in the don't start. Then how much don't complete. Eh? A launch, start, and complete. Okay. They think about that. But make we bring come Yusuf Keketoma. According to the one the way they sit down, according to all waiting, they're not able for talk. Eh? They're not able for talk and make say, Pa, I want to go na 98, I want to talk about you 5 years in office. So make people really understand. I believe say from Keketoma in your side, in go give you the good. I tell you, say, we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. There may be good, there may be not. There may be bad, there may be not. There may be ugly, there may be not. So, none of us say, if you know they, you're not going to go begin a gam. Eh? The good, the bad, and the ugly of President Bill 5 years in office. Keketoma, take way along, sir.
Welcome to Yusuf Keketoma Sandi. Sadly, the basis for listeners, them 5 years back, the National Electoral Commission being declared President Bill as the winner after the 2018 election. From that ended to now, as the press secretary, President Bill being the head of the present government, how far it don't go for implement development agenda them?
Well, thank you again once again, Musa. But also make a start for tell me Salon family them all plenty thank you for the support they don't give to the president and this government for the past 5 years. Whether you vote for president in 2018 or you know vote for president in 2018. But I want to say thank you on behalf of the president because throughout these 5 years we don't implement plenty programs, plenty activities, and plenty policies that the government don't put in place. Maybe some say you know vote for president in 2018. But during these past 5 years, you see, say presidents don't try for put, for instance, the Gender Equality and Empowerment Act together, where you like and where you support. I want to say thank you for that day. Maybe again, you know, vote for president in 2018. But you see, say the president implements the free quality education program. We don't benefit and give picking the access about 3.1 million. You like that policy there and you support them. I want to say thank you. Maybe you know vote for president in 2018. But like my brother Thomas Dixon, a journalist. So he supports president, where president try for repeal the criminal seditious libel. I tell journalists them back, thank you for that day. Maybe again, you know, vote for president. But you see, say president try for make sure, say, consolidate with peace and try and carry the Bintumani 3 conference. We put together people them for make we see, say, how we go to establish the peace commission. You be like that particular policy and that program stay. I want to tell you thank you. For discourse what presidents don't do, it go find for lay the basis in the context for make I talk about two important factors. One of them factors there are the question where I want start for acts. Waiting presidents be inherit in 2018. Because for make you understand waiting president do, we therefore begin judge them by that day. By 2018, we president take over, we realize say the APC in 2017 we don't declare this country austerity measures. We mean say at that time we now the only country and the only government will take over with austerity measures. But it not stop there. The economy was almost on life support machine and crash them because we get huge external and domestic debt. We also get huge state liabilities. We also get double-digit inflation. And because of the fiscal indiscipline and the rampant corruption we be there, in 2017, IMF be done suspend and disbursement and support to the government of the APC, the World Bank, European Union, African Development Bank. They all also be done withhold them budgetary support in 2017. Now, this also means say by the time we come by 2018, what you also inherit was the fact say international reputation be really, really better because of corruption. The standards in education we don't drop drastically. In fact, at a point in time, we see there was a video where we come away picking them with the tooth bench for go sit MPSC. Corruption was a lifestyle. Mining sector, the communities not be the benefit. Corporate responsibility was almost absolute nothing. Infant mortality and maternal rates now be worst among the world, and the health sector will be almost dysfunctional. Access to energy again and electricity or supply was like 16%. We also be getting with laws, obnoxious and unprogressive legislations. And then we get exorbitant cost of road construction and we them they do due to rampant corruption and then be poor quality. We remember say even Wilkinson road where them be do, it was 5.2 kilometer road where them be with 50.5 billion, but later they increased to 80.3 billion.
Okay.
So that was one of the things then we I want to talk about as a context where we need it. The second factor we I want to talk about now that whilst then senior be done day will not be huge deficits in terms of what we kind of it. But also, as we take over, we get two twin global crises we are having. One of them will be the COVID pandemic.
Keketoma, we look at the issues then but we look at what President Bill don't achieve inside this last 5 years.
For make a go day, I go find make argue this context, and I make an important argue this context.
Then context here na Tio na don't they raise some different people don't they engage you directly. The challenge them are clear and out there. So people go really want to know how una step in for make the change.
Well,
to
no
challenge you to more better living of citizens.
Okay, well no worry, I go tell you quick, ma just done that. So we also will come, we get two twin challenges of the global crisis. COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. In fact, according to the IMF, the global crisis, they almost cost the global economy about 10 trillion USD dollars. Now, it also means that the effect of this, not that. Even countries like US, last year the inflation was at 40-year high. UK 40-year high. Canada 40-year high. Now, with them two factors then they, President be anchor the New Direction Manifesto on one simple thing: human capital development, free education. And as a result of that, in August, President, through to a word and vision, because of talk and do man, we implement free quality education. So 5 years, what we don't do for increased access to education? Firstly, we increase the budget for education by 22%. We're now one of the highest in the world and in Africa. We also make sure say we don't provide textbooks, learning materials for about 12,000 schools across this country. We don't increase salaries for teachers 3 times. The first term, we do 10% transport allowance for junior teachers them, 30% in 2020, and 45% we plan or don't start from 2023 to 2025. We also make sure we don't recruit over 12,000 teachers, train about 25,000 teachers. We also don't make sure say school enrollment don't increase by 37%. So we mean say we meet the school enrollment about 1.9 million. We don't put that to 3.1 million. But we'll not stop there. The retention rate of people in our school don't increase by 129%. We don't make sure say during this program, President they provide feeding for school picking them across this country for more than 600,000 picking them. We don't increase the number of schools them across this country by 13%. So we increase them from 10,747 to 12,608. So that's now what we don't do on education. But then we not just stop at education, because human capital development also gets to include the health sector. So what we don't do for the health sector? For the health sector, we also make sure the president can do in these 5 years, we don't increase the budget on health sector by 98%. So we meet them at 6% in 2018. Now we don't increase them to 11% in 2020 and 11.6% in 2021. We don't say health sector not go function without health workers. So we don't also make sure say we recruit over 5,000 health workers. But we not stop there. We make sure say back we don't increase the health infrastructure. So for instance, we 80 bed Kirama Road Hospital where they the 100 bed hospital where they now Okupa, and plenty in them. But we not stop there. We don't make sure say for the very first time, we don't reduce the maternal mortality by 38%. We lower the MMR from 707 and 17 to 443 deaths per 1,000 live births in just few years. This achievement means say, waiting government to achieve just alone for reduce the maternal mortality, is low past the sub-Saharan countries. So in Guinea, for instance, the maternal mortality rate now 553. In Liberia, now 652. In Nigeria, now 1,047. In Kenya, now 530. But in Salone, now 443. So that's a huge improvement. But we'll not stop there. We also don't make sure, say, as I speak to you now, there is ongoing rehabilitation of all the 16 government hospitals across the country with government they pay for. We make sure, say, back, we don't try for increased health facilities across the country. So in 2019, we get about 1,397 health facilities. But in 2021, we increase them to 1,569 health facilities. We also don't make sure, say, we don't increase across this country. CHCs in Bombali, we get in Kaine, in Putloko, in Pujaun, Boku place them with good facilities there. But we not stop there. We remember, say back, because women them, be they suffer where they get belly from remote areas them, we introduce the National Ambulance Service.
Okay.
What we introduce them, then get up make sure say we don't try for save about 40,000 lives across this country. 9 health facilities. We also don't make sure say we don't increase across this country. CHCs in Bombali we get.
Okay. What do you take up? Because if somebody asks you, say, what you don't do, I believe, say, the first 5 strong things the way you don't do, and then first you go leak by the person. No, so. What you hearing now? Education and health. Now, the press secretary. They sell education and health. But you spend more time, they tell me about APC. You spend more time, what have you done? You will say, well, yes, you need for compare and contrast and take from the one and there to the one and they say, okay, yeah, now so APC be they deal with things than before, but now now so and so we don't do. Okay. Now in job. And the press secretary to the president. Education, health sector. Hotel and thinking. You think say answer the question well? You feel say more good things than be the interview long, but now the first question, wait soon I don't do in 5 years. Now the question. Yes, other one then come inside we try to clarify But the first one we then give you. But the goodies then I say for the for them, I say for the for them, I say for the for them. So you go forget self say APC be there in power. All right. 5 years in office. Law come with Thomas Dixon. Yusuf Kekotoma don't give you on. Thomas Dixon is a journalist and also an advocate. They were waiting in see about the 5 years.
Thomas Dixon, you don't listen to Yusuf Keke Thomas Sandy. They highlight some of the areas them where the government don't intervene since then elect them in 2018. And we look at some of the policies and some of the stance of President Bio before he became president in 2018 in terms of reducing wastage or blocking the leakage. Now, be popular phrase them inside in campaign, and also ensuring that it provide bread and butter, fight against corruption, reduce travel expenses. When we look at some of the areas where President Bio been stand for in 2018, Louis starts with the issue of improving the living condition of the ordinary Sierra Leoneans through the bread and butter.
Thank you very much. First of all, I think say Mr. Keke, when social development, economic development, when the question where you asked me about infrastructural development and political development. I see Mr. Keketuma talk a lot about social development with education and health. Coming to your question particularly, and I see in a precursory remark, he talk about the economy briefly. I think the president promised for bring inflation from double digits. If you look at him in first, the maiden address to parliament, he say it bring inflation from double digit in 2018 when have been 14.6%. It bring down to a single digit. That's, I must say, enable for achieve them. Inflation is over 40% in Sierra Leone. And he also tell we say, in terms of economic development, say they increase domestic revenue mobilization. I want to say now, when the president came into power in the first 3 months, I mean, they give we analysis of revenue where they generate, where they mobilize. But after 3 months, they stop giving us analysis about this revenue. We don't know how. He also say they tackle expenditure, and in government now they resort to domestic, to bank borrowing. And also, they reduce the domestic high domestic debt and external domestic debt. There are many other fiscal policies that we talk about in terms of the economy, and also monetary policy. In terms of monetary policy, promise for we get an improved exchange rate, where he say that's going to be based on the diversification of the economy. If you look at the maiden address, you will see and they clearly he talk about that. When you look recently, the IMF full a report about 25 poorest nations in the world. And if you look at that report, Sierra Leone is the second bottom poorest nation as per GDP, as to GDP per capita. Meaning among the poor nations of the earth, Sierra Leone, we are the second poor nation. We go say Populipo. Now we are the second Populipo in the world. We mean the president, this government able to remove Sierra Leoneans from poverty in 5 years. With regards to government expenditure, they tell you, say, government they expend more than how government they generate revenue. But one go say that is due to the defense of government will always be say it's due to the employment of nurses, it's due to the employment of teachers. But what we know is that there are many offices where government don't create where they conflict the other office. Some of these offices were not necessary. And this president in a manifesto, we also talk about the excessive traveling of the former president. We also get an economic impact. Get an impact on the economy. Talk about the excessive traveling. But this president, I must say, has also traveled more, spending beyond 50 billion loans on traveling. We also get a cost on the economy. If you read the annual unedited financial statement of the government of Sierra Leone, we come on September 2022, you go see some of these analyses of waiting and non give to government, to the president, the office of the president in 2022 alone, which is above 20 billion for travel, overseas travel. In a country where the excuses where my brother give, they are redundant. They are redundant now. The COVID, the Russian-Ukraine war, individual country then they find solution, individual solution, than it they target people away in a government, and more especially people away close to the presidency. A case in point is the 2020 audit report, where unveils the office of the First Lady spend hugely without documents and audit. What in the Anti-Corruption Commission see? They say that they go investigate from 1930 from Anes by Kuruma in WEF.
Okay.
Instead of looking at the issue at hand.
Thomas Dixon.
They're not one. So in terms of wastages, for me, Mr. Keketuwa, where did they come? In terms of wastages, for me, we see last year before last audit, we are in forgery of receipt in the office of the president was mentioned. And we'll not see any action be taken. We'll not see like the office of the president, like, sometimes not the president can involve. The president not actually involved. You can get vote control, but we need to see action. Who that go forge this receipt? Who that go hire a pharmaceutical company for go serve as traveling agency instead of looking for a qualified certified traveling agency?
In all of this, where you
will
don't
not see the implementation.
Thomas Dixon, in all of the things where you don't state, it totally the opposite of waiting Kekebi earlier state.
Yeah.
So for this 5 year down the line, is it that all the things we Keke don't point at, say, this administration don't do, and what you see, is it that there has been a misplace of priority?
In fairness, I will tell you, say, this government, in terms of economic policy, don't implement the single treasury account.
But in all of it, whatever government they do, now to make sure, say, the livelihood and survival of people
I'm coming,
easy,
in fairness.
Economic challenge.
I will tell you, say, they don't implement the single treasury account, which is good. But the question where my brother asked about wastages, are wastages still, then they occur? Then they still occur.
Yeah, you don't
I don't mention that. And some of these economic things I already mentioned, they impact the poor man negatively. You see, for example, we don't get inflation, no rise. Hyperinflation now will get so now country. The cost of bread and butter, the cost of rice, the cost of palm oil.
Thomas Dixon, the Auditor General's office now like the barrier between the public and the public officials in terms of transparency and accountability. And you make mention of the suspension of the Auditor General. This gets any impact on transparency and accountability?
They get huge impact on transparency. That is why, for example, we've been the score before now, 3 years ago, we've been the score 80% and above in the MCC scorecard in the fight against corruption. We reduced about 4%. Why do you think we reduce about 4%? Because accountability institution, and just go read the US human rights report who I mentioned. The story about Sierra Leone on corruption is terrible. Even the Auditor General, in case they mentioned that the Auditor General is being intimidated. She was removed. Observers then say that how they remove her not a proper winner because of or they do certain things with a audit certain institution way to the government enough for audit. That is what observers said in the report. That report is available on US Human Rights Bureau. You go get it. You go see what's in and right about Sierra Leone. So for me, first of all, I think we spend excessively, sometimes unnecessarily. If you talk about COVID, that COVID don't affect economy. I agree. COVID affects your economy like all other economy. Russia, Ukraine war affect your economy like all other economies. But individual countries take individual action. For example, coming to the question about the least people, the basic, look at energy. It is in the period of COVID. For let government empathize with the people and reduce the energy tariff, we increase energy tariff. So are there people who been the top up 50,000 euros and you get 30,000 a unit? Now you meter. Now you top up 50,000 euros. Now 10 euros you get. 10 units. Now you get. That 10 units now for few days. So it also don't affect our government for going look at the energy sector. In England, we mentioned energy government cut down on energy expenses hugely in the COVID period. So that it not go affect the layman. Coming to the internet, the I call them internet through the browser and so on and so forth. You see, we say government increase tariff instead of bringing tariffs, and we not get any knowledge for say even at the sub-region where COVID they increase tariff. We so say them BBC interview the NatCom PRO, and we enable for defend the increment in tariff.
Thomas Dixie, would they come back to you?
These are all things affecting.
Would they come back? Would they come back to you?
Okay,
Yusuf
continue.
Keketoma, would they come? We don't get you. If we don't get you bite. If you don't get you bite, yes. If we don't get you bite. If you don't get it bite. Since things plenty things and they for discuss. So we they narrow the programs down to the things that we President B don't see.
Even at the sub-region where COVID they increase tariff. We so say them BBC interview the NatCom PRO, and we enable for defend the increment in tariff.
Thomas Dixie.
Okay. Thomas Dixon, don't give you for 5 years. Who say you dey? Eh? Who say you dey? You dey on the side of Keketoma, education and the health sector and all the goodies? Or you dey na Thomas Dixon inside? The thing away Thomas Dixon highlights. You think say he correct? We dey talk about President Bill 5 years in office. So now Thomas Dixon, I ain't talk the truth. If you want for rate President Bill 5 years in office, how much percent you go rate him? If you want rate President Bill 5 years in office, how much percent? Well, we have sent with camera for go around and make them go ask people them waiting and think about President Bill 5 years in office. Let we listen. Waiting with camera. Be get for fair note from the people them. This will be upgun we go. Upgun. People in the Eastern waiting and think about President Bill in 5 years. If you watch our interview, they're gonna say a network production, the entire interview did. These are just small one or more we can with, yeah? Now listen. What's in the people in say?
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
My name is Abdul Said Sise and I'm a dispatcher at work na Bloombank, Sierra Leone, Kisi Road.
Okay, and you are we at the president on 5 years in office?
Yes. Since yesterday I've been expecting today for 5 years.
Okay. And then I go want to follow you tell viewers, what do you think about the president in 5 years?
Well, the president in 5 years, a whole lot of expectation will be they expect. Yes, we see some, or some we will see like compared to a manifesto, we get for understand say it can do some development in the country, like the issue of bread and butter. When most important for we will not see it happen at all. But the area of security instability, sometimes yes, me I see small.
So what are some of the areas them where you see say development take place?
Well, the area of education that one I can say compared to the past government. For me, the area of education I see a little bit development.
So you see anything changing at the country?
A bit compared to the past government. I see small changes, negativity changes that take place.
So what did they go on at the country when they go down well with you at all as a young man?
Well, as a young man, as I start for say the most important thing at this country now unemployment. What is saying the most important thing we know they go well with this country.
Okay. So what are the message we go at all with you don't say so?
Well, the message like the young man them, mean say whether the apple, you just get for put yourself together and start for do something way creative, learn something way active, let yourself participate in the country. Keep the faith, one day you go must happen.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
Alassane Ibrahim Sori Kagbo.
Okay, and I go on for you make an interview as say the president on 5 years.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the president in 5 years now office?
To me, it's like a try, but it not catch up to the expectation. Because I no go say since we cannot do nothing, just opposite things and the way happen at the country, me as an individual or Sierra Leonean, it no go down well with me. I mean, you get things in way happen. The short time way, it really make we mind them bitter. We see say the hate don't bokuna salon than the love. It happened. It tell this past August 10, we still reflect on my mind the way how the civilians them kill the police. There's nothing like love. For like post on there is still a weapon. Then the way back how the police them or the one that they enforce the law go against the Sierra Leoneans, the armless Sierra Leoneans them. It not go down well with we. Then the Pandeba Road saga up to now will not get results. And they are Sierra Leoneans. Then they some man mistake. We're going to go correct a mistake. Then the area of this currency, the way the dollar the fly, it really beat me imagination as a Sierra Leonean because I can remember the country we are frequent to win a Guinea. Since 2016, on to date, the dollar rate in Guinea with the franc Guinea, it not past 920,000. Right now, present rate, it don't even come down to 800 and something. Whilst we own now, it don't fly 2 million plus. Then it come to the free quality education, when in flagship program. Total free as how a package and for we, the tell way it come. It tell we about school feeding programs, materials, including uniform. But now, me just look at in a free school. Even though it don't try because I guess something way it do recently, we are glad for seeing a new country at the extension of the airport. It really make, I say yes, it don't try because the tunnel where me see, it not common. Now this is sub-region. We in don't counter for after you check in, you just they go through the tunnel and board the flight. We na applause. Then the agriculture side, I don't know side the problem there. You they see the project that they come, but we not they see the reality. They say tractors they don't come, but not they see the food where they come out. Yeah.
Since we get a change of government where the president will take over, what in about the expectation where you been get as a young person?
One part of the expectation we get, I feel say because not a stranger in our state house. So where it gets April 4, me, then they give me courage and hope, because look and say for this man don't head with state, then in hand over. Then he goes to them for 20-something years. Then he come back. He don't day out there. I don't see beaucoup mistakes the way for don't can correct. But we can honestly not what I expect to see.
So waiting at the message where they add to all waiting you don't say so. As we they go to the June 24 election.
The message they go to me company youth them because we are the future generation. We no learn for be a victim of violence. You can find out, say, the perpetrators are there, where they perpetrate the violence, where they set everything, but where it come now, where they can do, where they can arrest. Now my brother youth man them, where who said then now we for day, now then they put inside them problem there. Then let them abstain of this rampant drug where they damage youth them right now, because like it's really sad. I don't know where this thing they come from, because like I cannot see no security and we get border control, but the thing they come inside like manners from heaven. That's so this kush and drug they come inside this country.
Thank you very much.
Welcome dear.
My name Alex Kamara.
And you are we as the president on 5 years in office?
Well, are we as the president on 5 years in office? Because today the 4th of April make him 5 years in office.
So since you take over office, we 5 years now, we're going to follow you 12 years. What thing you think about the president in 5 years in office?
Actually, as a true Sierra Leonean, I think say the president not do anything well for the nation of this country, especially for the youth them now the country, and even the future picking them will come tomorrow. I believe say the president not do anything well for this nation, because they expect so much from him. I be done tell we say during past campaign since 2018, it tell we say Sierra Leoneans were not supposed to buy less 200,000 leons for bag. It tell we say people are suffering, and indeed we see to the message we know say as people are suffering. But from then telling the way take over, we come in power, we can take over. Things just they escalate every day, every blessed day. Things just they go wrong. From rest you ban 200,000, now rest you ban 600,000 for bag. Whoa, things say and not supposed to be. Fuel will ban 6,000. Now fuel long go to 21,000 or 22,000. So that not go down well with the citizens of this country. And I believe say as the father of the nation, he get for think about the masses. And not just think about himself, he forget about the masses. As the father of the nation, now the masses first he just get for considers, because this Africa we lots will be say with the struggles. You get your human, you get your picking and a house, you not get no job where they do. How you expect for you able to provide for them? Where things then just they go up every blessed day. You meet $700,000, now dollar is 2,200,000 leons. So as for me as a Sierra Leonean, I'm not really satisfied with what the president they do in this country. I believe say in 2023, June 24 election coming, the president will for change amount law give other person chance.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much too. The president will for change amount law give other person chance.
Thank you very much.
The last man we talk. You see, to him, you don't say anything. So you want believe say for change the president. And the last person and the way talk. Eh? Okay. Alright. We tell everybody. Who are you decide for? President Bill don't take power now for 5 years. Now this should be the expect. I remember 1 year, 2 year, 3 years old, they call people and say, well, rate the president. No, I need rate time, rate. I want me reach first 5 years. Well, 5 years don't can go rate. Well, we can sharp. So that to get more callers today. But when you call, please go straight to your point. That's how we open the phone line now. But quick and look out who's friend. Let me hear waiting na you take. Welcome on board who's friend. You get the platform, sir. If you want for rate president be in this 5 years, sir, how much percent you go give?
Okay, thank you very much for giving the platform, Triple A, and thanks for talk with you. Working on percentage, it will be hard for you to give, because me, the way I feel say the president in character, look at the personality, when they get ranking survey, it's quite a lot, because the government will not say as executive power, they don't get as a president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. When almost 5 years now, it turned yesterday, based on the date. And then they been get for say work together with the vice president. So when we look at qualities, then I didn't want to look individual and based on what he don't do on some areas in highlight. The percentage it will be very hard for work because if overall, when we say in terms of overall, we might say it's just the above of 50 or 60, then you will begin the debate back, say some area you go reduce. So me want to take the area how we look up the character, in personality as a president and how you able for work out and navigate we and reach we safely, as they say, you know, safely. But I don't know if now reach, you don't just reach the point say, well, now yeah, and I want to go before back, other person they see want to take. But we dey ask the vision we been get, it be actually strong. But will not be no type of vision we get from a manifesto if in a real one for the future. You look from that side there, you go say, yes, there are things that more in a policy areas that we even they try for deal with. But when you look at the manifesto, the infrastructure, now the area that one day one of the last pages we make up in 95 or something pages or so from that manifesto, hundreds or so. But the point here that on that side they talk of infrastructure. But when you talk of the infrastructure, that side they back, you go see say, well, you don't go too much, you not too much pages. You go look, say, you look at situation where you analyze, say, and then I will get for bring camp. So, but when you look at that infrastructure, not much been there the way he promised he would do in a big scale where you see in terms of what he writes the content. He specifies he will do something, but the content no bokude. So when you take now, say, well, let's spread out, let's quantify, let's look and measure within really the government don't do overall. Start from the economic side. With the indicator for economy, it check out, it grow, or how you go able to see the development they go inside in terms of the economic and human development or human capital. You begin to twist them thing around, but when you look at the main thing, when at the growth of the economy and its structure, so that's going to bring me now say, well, what strategy will it puts in place in terms of financial, how it operates them so that it go able for achieving goal. So you begin to call now that what we say fiscal policy, which in the government then do, because you've been getting team, you've been getting members, you've been getting for put things together. But you ask where he puts them team there, he put time for himself for that he go able for look into the history of waiting done the way he go able for arrange. The questions that you go ask them if you know effective communication be day where he been the work in time where even the progress. Well, we'll see communication they go on, but because of the timeline of communication and waiting it delegate or give work to a ministry, we question them back. Say something be they go on. Or what about the other communication with it to in terms of personality? Because say now, in case of problem come or crisis come, whose skill will you get for managing in there? So that you will get respect, say, I will handle that thing there. If riot come, or if something happen, or Ebola come, or sickness come, or any other issue when a crisis, either economic one now or nature, how you have to deal with that thing there? With some of them, like an example, we see they deal with the COVID well, but because that a continuation, we see the structures they were on there in terms of all things that they succeed, they put them down. We say enough for extend past the numbers they were expecting will cause trouble in the country. So some of them things there then they weren't strong. But when you look at the infrastructure, you go say I will begin in terms of health, in terms of roads, in terms of other things. You go say there are others, and yes, there are infrastructures going on in terms of aid will come when they're able for pass on for let the delivery go on. But when you can now still back to the economic growth, you ask the question, say, now education, and then education will make somebody survive, yes, for future. Then what thing will make it ongoing? Yes, there's agriculture. And the agriculture, what thing you will get for say I go put in place? So I will say in terms of food security. But when you talk of food security, you go say again, yes, for let a person eat well, it get for in health get for be secured again. So you put them two things here together, see, those are the areas where I want for begin the ranking. Which method will you see say them apply in terms of agriculture? You question that's how they say there was an area where they say them bring tractors, then bring fertilizer system, where they will put the farmers and will get. So you see the strategy as I say, what did it do? The operation where they put to down, then the operation, you see it go. But there is a question, say the problem of the tractors there, where them before don't do mass place for work and being place where the farmers and go work back to the fertilizer and the seed what them promise for bring so that improve seeds there bring Japan. So their strategy are then bring them come. So we'll get seed by Japanese company who can do atina local Cambia, then we get the other one a pineapple. So you get for talks now, then bring the tractors, but the complaint recently in a parliament, towards the close of the parliament in this and now, they all the talks well the tractors there, they not look affordable, then not before don't give them to a private company, then before don't make and review them thing, then they now in the whole world where then they go look into that, then we call the minister. So you go look see that area there, now a whole lot of investment, but the investment was solid for let you know go replicate or another way it multiply. If you say I go pull something, I will profit if not 10 I put, I get a 50. The other strategy back will then be failed again in terms of numbers of the hectares, because we see thousands of hectares where the Minister of Agriculture said, I bring inside agriculture, so I go encourage the farmers and for produce more. But when you look at how many tons they produce, you check how many tons, what would they consume for the year, what would they put $200 million for brinker. Then you go look, say, the land where I get, if we're able to produce 10 tons there, so in return, I go able for multiply something where I go get a reserve. So you see, say, now the strategy and the method where you apply, you can't do the fertilizer backward and put in place. People that they complain the affordability. But there is a lot in the agriculture. We see some of them, they say irrigation are the problem. But when you take irrigation, look Kenya, what they do. Kenya then do an irrigation system. We have about 457 farmers. If you tell you the cost of that irrigation, they go see very less amount what they put and a different irrigation. But when you look at agriculture, I go implement. Remember, there is different irrigation. You get the natural one when are the rain. The rain self is an irrigation when a nature they provide. So you they substitute them by different type of irrigation. So, but when you know that strategy there, you know whose land where they go irrigate, when I for bring irrigation, or when I they go do this, then you go see that side they boom. But if you look at the years and the time we they spend it, there is still nothing will come out, so it will become a revenue. So I will go say gross domestic income will be valued because of we product them. But if the income and the product are not equal, then you can have an expenditure. Then you begin to say, well, what's that expenditure? Are they employ? Are they employ? Are they employ? Then are not able for pay, are not able for put level up. So you see the equation between those economic growth and how you go able for bring them towards your structure of what you say now something go for let go develop. But you ask the courage, it been there for let you go become a popular decision. Yes, most of the time, by for great say yes, the courage of a president for make decision that we not popular for say, well, I go pass this law, but it will be useful to una. But if you're not popular, una go take them. Those are the courages. But sometimes the courage go they say, well, I go pass a law we not look popular, but I get that courage for I go pass and let go bring development. But some of them you see say them courage of the changes that we them bring come, they know they reflect on the people in terms of civil liberty, in terms of things that we go say, I go access this, I go access this. But those are many wherein you question say, yes, he been get the courage for let it go past some of the decisions they want a policy making. But some of the policy there, if they see then they change, they're not consistent. Anytime then they move the pole. But some of them, not to one day when they get for move the pole, that's something where you get for manage instead of you fix. So but all the area you get for look say in the character there, and how you able for putting things there, but the quality of the president and the vision that area they more because everybody they got an expectation of waiting how the money will be spent, how development will come, but it not go happen as a go. But you they put the things in place where you go compare. Now Now compare to the economic state where you see that they argue so much. We're not going to go in detail too much, but you see say the economic rate in terms of the exchange rate. What did they happen? Now look at Ghana where they say, well, Ghana don't get this, this country don't get this. Now just take an example in Ghana. If you look at the table of the inflation rate of the exchange rate, okay, towards December they may get up to 15,000 pesiwas. Oh, they say 15,000 leons, like, okay, cedis to cedis, I mean, the cedis point something pesiwas. So the cedi, what did I do? From the time when they bring the IMF, because then the time for C now, well, then go to IMF. Okay? It's not a good omen for C now, they go to IMF. But when they go to IMF, they put strategies then in place and operation they wouldn't deal with. Look at the bank, look at loans they wouldn't return, exchange some finance, then people even when they complain here and there, then get some rates they wouldn't increase. But the point is how we go from 17 December 15. It go gradually, and then it come to January when at 2023, it go back to a certain amount. So, but when you look at all these rates now, waiting at the present rate of Ghana, then present at 13 cedis to the dollar. But all I try for say, me will only look at say the economic growth and the economic relationship will be there between the monetary and the physical. It not work well. And some of the agricultural projects they wouldn't bring down, then work, but not to the way we expect in terms of waiting can inside and out. But the policies there, then they in place, they change certain laws in terms of things, but the crime rate it increased because of economic issues. But it's quite a lot where actually you go able to quantify, say this now you bring down for perform. But me say the way it work now more of policies and then the economic growth we in a multiplication. When that side they will not know waiting at the cause we don't know explain to we. When other places and in the rank they go down now, then you exchange rates. But I only hope say God will make them get that quality wherein they go able for look what government they spend in terms of productive and what's in the profits them and what's in the income and output. Would they see them they spend more in areas where they are not meant to be spending, and they see progress in areas where things get for go. But the infrastructure, say again for schools, the schools them you could stock CS, they want to put a single education side, they want to bring one shift. But they say then they argue now say because some school they not get space for bill. When then they suggest because somebody who the spokesman for the government, they talk now one of the other mainstream media, they say they not get space. Now Friday no go bill for them or that new buildings they will make one shift day. Then question is why you know go make up guide something like that. But all this accounts to waiting una put in place and how una going to follow. But and obviously say there is so much in terms of the economy we go. Thank you so much. It's quite a lot we we're able to say we rank where there are policies but not things we develop the economy. Another one day, especially in terms of crime rate where they go on now, here and there. The crime rate they increase because of then they complain say nothing no they but we not go blame against say that the government they cause it for good thief, but we they see say structures need to be. Right. There is quite a lot. Thank you very much. Let's go help nation and leaders there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, his friend.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I have to say thanks to his friend for your contribution today. I bring him Umar. Yes, Umar. What thing you get for we? If you for rate by percentage, what you want for give the president?
I began 5%.
5%. Why? Explain.
Okay. Thank you very much. You know, AAA, people like me, the bad name where I don't put among relatives and friends them. We feel say up to this day, I get some friends then go eat cola or put the left down say me na SLPP. Because the reason being, I've been so believe in this man because of the anger where I've been get for APC. Good side, then left with country, compared to the time with them they talk say Sierra Leone are the fastest growing economy, the mining sectors to boom. And if you turn around, you look, you absolutely not see nothing what APC do. Nothing. Past the way them they go and talk about. So when mother be your kind of like a fresh bread, where the man he explain, he tell we about the rest. How rest don't go 200 and something thousand. How Ernest by Chromade, everything in narrate just like the way Thomas Dixon put up. So, and with a military background, we all know it no matter which country we get, military people and people away, everybody they afraid. So we been maybe get announced this man finally na the next Jerry Rawlings stand on council. Even though we overthrown for takeover, then bring them in by the ballot box with the genuine way that God don't give you the next Jerry Rawlings. In they can set the pace. If they can set up so much that anyone that will come after them. Instead of look to what him other do, and no say he get for the on pace. But that not come to pass. The thing is, this man will continue listen to Keke Thomas Andy. Keke Thomas Andy up to now they tell you what waiting APC do, waiting APC do, waiting APC do. But we know all that because JJ Zapa been the kind of radio and TV station they tell we say in get the solution, in get the answer. If then take over this economy, what we get so easy for turnover. And if anybody want to challenge me, we can petition AYD. JJ Safa talk say the economy where APC neighbor turn around is very, very easy for making turn them over in our economics. I don't know, here somebody be even get argument. He tell the person say, he give some kind of back talk, so whatever, what kind of economics where the person study. So for me, we get them people here, then begin, me now one person will be still, even that you show that you WhatsApp group, I will always defend this guy, only way to in third year. I said, when I give him a chance, he go do something. But wait till I end up find out about this guy, this man not get empathy. He not get empathy. Let me tell you, that thing I wouldn't go and talk about education, waiting at the other thing, the libel law, the fiber optic this. It not get no sort of impact. Now I'm here today, the 5th of April. Right now, Joe Biden is all in all. They wait for the new report where they come for March. Waiting at the employment rate. How many hundred of thousands we don't go to the employment force? Because now they the Georgia. If that number they can't just say in March, America employ 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, you go see Joe Biden the next day. Because now about the people. Give the people an employment. Give the people a livelihood. I don't make emphasis on Abokute. I remember during Bill Clinton in time, when the economy been good, even when Bill Clinton been got that issue with Monica Lewinsky, people that say, as long as me I get job, money in my pocket, me picking them fine, I live good. That is a young personal. Marabio, even for do that. But what he do, after everything when he talks, say, Ernest Microma do bad. The economy, he say, Ernest Microma hire too many people. And where in double that, in create more ministries. And then in chief minister this time, go to parliament. I remember the argument between he and Kande Yumikela, when they defend the ministry the way they create, why they create them. Money not there. Then this man, after with the people and the complaint say, you they travel too much, money to go. What he talk about? He give them back talk. Then after that, now he talk back say, well, the things that were beside they can't do for now. I don't do it so much, I even give una bunya. But people look, the people that went talk say, wait, Keketoma they talk say, then left this country, now life support. Well, no, call by call. Then left life support, rest now be 250,000. Then left life support, gas now be 6,000. Then left life support, dollar now be 700,000. Well, who now can now? When now na before can get that CPR, mouth to mouth defibrillator, who's how na can the person go? Na graveyard na can go. Because now petrol na 21,000. Exchange rate now 2 million some hundred. So what you wanna do? You know, when people demand they talk, they call things this one great education. Ministry of Finance they talk about education. Ministry of Social Welfare and education when they talk one. Ministry of Country Development and Education they talk one. Ministry of Agriculture. What about the your ministries? Where they get things for do, they never do anything because they not do anything. All the money, now we hear where this man talk. We get where Madam you talk about that fish pond na Kenema. What about the flour mill? What about the bakery? What about even the other hospital where they say they bill like every town? Then this man they talk say they bill hospital. Where the hospital them? Where we still get people them. You dey hear me voice? The kind cold one get right now, na salon I get I don't die. Yes, and I'm even going to emergency room now, urgent care go. Then diagnose me right away. Then give me medication. You get cold na salon, you die with pneumonia. But yet they talk say them bill 1,000 hospital. Look what people in life they rubbish. You talk about economic impact. Why we continue for bringing Corona Ukraine? Ukraine not get no bearing on the economy. How many gas they buy from Ukraine? Ukraine will not get pipe, not to like England, like Europe, where Ukraine they supply them gas for heat. Ukraine they give gas for heat. Why we continue for bring Ukraine? Why we continue for talk about the corona? The corona not to Sierra Leone no more in heat. Why Guinea? I don't say this Mokutem. Look Guinea. From where Sierra Leone don't me know as a kid when they born me in a salon up to this day, Sierra Leone money, even when we go through 20-year war, Guinea money, we come under that war day. Look how Guinea not through war. We come under that war day, we come, we money is still value past Guinea. Only on the Madabio, now today, we brother them, just like whether you camera, they talk to that man. You go to Guinea today, you able to do business. That Luma will be get, they don't go. The Luma don't done. Nothing on it. But the man not get empathy. Triple A, they see now, waiting wrong, they see where we president now, they talk about the American people. Then they always can't say the American people are suffering. Even then they take responsibility, say, we need to do something. The American people and they suffer. The American people are suffering. We know one day, we not say things are not good. In one day, no good, we change the way things and they go. But get that empathy as a human being. Say now the people in the way I will put you there. Not laugh them again, not mock them. Look at them cry, listen. But yet anybody where they put mic in front, matter be people. Now either they give back talk, or they tell you say you don't know what they talk about, or they go grab APC, then drag and come in. Me now one of the people in the first 2 years, any children talk about matter you, I say what about APC? What about how long? How long we will continue? Let's say if he can win back another 5 years, now APC no man will continue for the call. Look at people in life and the ravage. Look people in life. Thank you very much, my brother.
I hope you feel better, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thanks to Omar for your contribution today. Watch now your screen, you go see the numbers there. You dey get 3 minutes. You rate the president, then you tell me why you rate him. 3 minutes. You get the opportunity now. 3 minutes. You rate the president 3 minutes, and you tell me why you get that rating there. Yes, Lawrence.
You don't have any name, you don't pardon, but we want to. Anyway.
What's the rate you go give president during 5 years?
1%.
Why 1%? Let me make a quick the phone line.
Yes,
right
quick.
now.
Democracy in the democratic credential. He came on the democratic ticket. Democracy is not working. Democracy is not working. Okay, sorry. Democracy is not working. There's a lot of arrests been done. It stops some Kamara self way come out America, see then the top in convoy for it now. Democracy is not done. One of the variables. Number two, he came on a ticket, he can't give you everything. Free quality education, yes, but whose kind industry them we don't create? So the institutions are not working. PPRC, look at PPRC, they allow Marabi for go campaign. That's not democracy. No, it's not done. Because PPRC, then the institutions have got right for talk. Look at Tommy, Kala. Look, they put you and go put LG in a jail. Look at the economic situation. Marabi, they go to the bank, they thief the money in the vaults, they put on to her, and they ask her, they put on to her. It take $1 million. Fatima Bio telling me for go honeymoon. They give Fatima Bio it's in impress. Who is Fatima Bio? Fatima Bio is not. It's like pass illegally. Our finances is on the drain. So I will get almost percent I will get finances. Not to Russia and China war. It's not economic prudent with our money. You're not transparent. You're not accountable to the people there. People have been killed August 10. They beg them like a terrorist. Yeah, this other boy, I call him. Which one boy himself? Evangelist Samson was killed on the 14th. And the 14th killer, according to Amnesty International, not to miss now, the minister is a talker. They didn't mention his name. Then they take him, but they don't go bear because they don't want the evidence. So I will get almost percent I will get. Is alone and enter with the other so. Yeah, is alone. We not get right for talk. Who talk to they put you in a prison? Who talk to they arrest me? Right now, me I did self-exile. People, if I go salon, they arrest me. Not funny. I get my cancer, no. If I go salon, they arrest me. The election, now, today now, we don't even know when. 29,000 names were removed from the northwest, the stronghold of the APC. No, these things are not right. You don't give the people the right for votes. Voter ID card is not being given. So who's going to give the voter ID card? This is an election they can in June. When I don't give people the voter ID card, what be this salon? Don't give me voter ID card long ago, say, for me to go verify now or no verify. So that confusion, it's a totality of then confusion. So they're not so bad, they're not funny. So at the 0%, 1%. Electricity not day, water supply not day. So lie. They tell me say they can't stop the leakage. The drainage now they see. But you tell me see. Yes, okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Today I talk today because I make a give 0%. I make a give 1%.
Right.
Okay, sir. Okay. Have a lovely day, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please. The phone line we don't close phone line safe right now. But pass Amos calls them. Please we get opportunity. Just go straight to your point. Everybody get 3 minutes. Yes, caller. Who that would they talk to? No, Joe, not to you. The caller now the US line.
Hello?
Yes, who that would they talk to?
Yeah, Triple A, good evening. This is Mr. Kamar from Washington.
Mr. Kamar, how much percent you want to give the
Yes,
president?
Sir. Well, me go get 20%.
20%. You get 3 minutes to explain
and
why.
The reason we make President Bio fail are 3 reasons. Number 1, a wife. A wife contributes to a failure one. People then they see say, or a wife they always make say, they support your husband, but no way. She is not supporting and she never supported the husband. Woman, if for make your man succeed, but in always they make, or all the things that we do, it bring a man down and make a man fail. The second thing, President Bio himself now make you fail. Himself contribute to a fail one. President Bio go na television, he say he not go employ people away, he not know. So who that they employ in party them and they employ in family them. So in party them, then they do bad and then they attack them. The first person who ever commit crime, now the chief minister by then, who now David Francis, where he mixed bank corruption about $1.5 million. Where that case come out, Saliu, when are the journalists, now he suffer. David Francis not suffer. Rest case come out, where then ship rest for them picking them over 500,000 bags of rice or 5,000 bags of rice. The rest reach free tongue, but you know reach picking them. The old people them, nobody, they left all man back. President Bio take him brother, he put on us Airtel or Celtel. 30 days, look how he mess up. He not take no action against them. So these are the problem we make you fail. He's self-responsible. Then the third reason we make you fail, it take the things away now the fundamental things away all democracy. Now they attack freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, the rule of law. Now they attack. They go against something and they, and it go against the opposition. And in democracy, the ruling government, the ruling party need the opposition. The opposition not to enemy. The opposition now an opponent. Now una two then a parliament. Now una the join hands together and do everything. Una for work hand and glove. Now so opposition the work. Una the disagree for agree. But in muscle everything with this empower agenda we carry it. So in a nutshell, all within Mr. Dixon talk is 110% correct. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ezekiel, just hold on here. I go bring you last. Yeah, Ezekiel, hold on. Goodrich, how much percent you want to give the president?
From 1 to 10, I go give him 3. From
You
1
get
to 100,
30%. You get 3 minutes to explain why, sir.
One thing here is that, from yesterday to me on time, here, it really a sad moment because we've not been there expect, say, after all these 5 years, we go reach to this particular point. Because this man as somebody who been on there that seat there, you know the problem, you know the issues, and you don't come across the situation where the people then be face. You manifest the way you been get, you spell out to the people the problem where them they really expect a better result than what we don't can reach to today. I listen to Kaketoma, you not go blame him because why he for defending job and he go talk with him and tell him for say, go beyond that. But one of the things that we really see on this particular 5 years here, so with Mother Bill, now the appointments then. You not be appoint qualified people then not be appoint qualified people then. You not be appoint people then we know the job for them at the right place. I will give you 2 instances then. One of you first panelists been talk about the agriculture sector. The agriculture sector, the minister will be in there now somebody we put in for almost about 500 or 300 tractors there. We then buy from India. I've been there on that negotiation day. The first advice I give, I say then tractors and then I'll get for last. Because tractors where they use them, every tractor, they get in your soil where they use. The soil where we get here and that the machines that we use today, na massive Ferguson. Massive Ferguson in American model, but then get in Asia, yeah, where they get the assembly plant. Because they may get a deal with somebody else when they go get them more cheaper than decide for go for the Indian tractors. Today, where you go to that country, they all the tractors and they don't pack. I've been the rents, then what been the good later on I take my own tractors and they that's now one failure. The second failure have been the buses. We get a negotiation here so with Toyota Garage, we for supply them with almost about coaster buses. We alone, everybody they use Toyota, they're familiar with the engine service and all that thing, and they you don't need for bring experts there for can land again for do something. Then decide for go for the Chinese. I tell them, the Chinese then one they not even get a representativeness alone for say okay this car company has so if something happen and they go there for go repair, what's happen? The bosses then all don't pack. So there are problems and they all now bring we to Wusa with this so today. It's really sad, we reach to this particular point. And come June 24, I expect the people to let them make a choice. As you force in the person who will have been interviewed this morning, we say it don't fail. Look at that side clear. Now somebody who will be support we been can 2018. I really been feel say it will bring the game in a different way for move this country forward. But let the people then make their decision come June 2024 to 2023. I mean, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Goodrich.
Yeah.
Please, 3 minutes. Go straight to your point. The phone line very busy now. Yes, caller on the UK line.
Yes.
How much
thank
minutes you
very
want for give President Bill? How much percentage?
To me, like I want to go with Umar. I want to forgive and 10, but it's like 5% is okay for you.
Okay, you get 3 minutes.
Yes, as usual. We all see exactly what they go on today. Because actually, for me, I don't get 0, but as a teacher, The student at least is the participating kind of class, at least you get for some percentage. So 5% is fine. This guy, if you look at all what they happen today, believe me, from parliament, from judiciary, all offices, all stakeholders with regards way connected to government, there's nothing way good. Simply, me and you know that. Of course, you go know much better than some of we because when they follow you, you don't they go free town, they go, they tour around, they go to the hospital, they see. I'm sure you get so much idea of exactly what they go on with the medical, with the, even with the education when they say and they do a lot. Some of we know we get people within our university who they help, who they pay, we get people who they go school, who they help, who they help, looking after them. So if you look at this guy overall work today, look at go prison today, see people them. Look at people like a lady like so one speaker mentioned. What are the crime this guy committed for in a prison where for 9 good years? A young man, some guy did the winner for 1,500,000 for minor crime and then did it for. Imagine money with for able can work for. Then did it. So all that they boil down to governance. Look at the money system. The last time I called you, I tell you about the currency, the rates now within the pounds and the leos. Today, as I'm talking to you, it's 2,620,000. In fact, when you send them, when you don't pay the tax, so I'm not saying when you reach this on it pass more than that. So imagine this. And then when you follow President campaign message, all in China they be condemned, traveling expenditure, this time he can do double. But like waiting Omar with the talk, he said he get so much confidence on President Bio based on the military background. People don't be know how we be in the military. Me way they talk to you, get people in the military now be top commanders then. This guy he not be worth anything. When you overthrown, you get that kind, opportunity for rule. But then, like a cabal, like scam, you use this, you use this for go back to power. People blindly, we so stupid for you, President, your power. We not be know much more. You not be know. People like we be sabi, but a lot of people not be sabi. And if you say me, so the top policy way for be able to change things. No, this guy. From that time we been did that 3 months we reckless that country did. Not too good person at all for rule for being in a governance system. Sabi anything but governance system. So some of you know. So not to say I not ever support her because I know say will ever be good for that country. From the military days, some of you people in the military we sabi like I say. So people not be know. Well, some of you will just say okay maybe it will change again, but for me, I quite know say that this guy not be do anything good, and today now the results will depend. So obviously, do nothing, deserve more than 5% to again. Thank you very much, Sipu.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Call on the US line. Who would they talk to?
Good evening, afternoon, and
how much percentage you want give President Bill? 5 years in office.
Oh well, before I get forgive me grade, that man they me cut off from both school, Instead of no what would they give grade? Will they start from the 3 time we get the first time, second time, and third time.
Well, you get 3 minutes or so try no more now.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
I make it quick.
All right.
When you enter a both school, they give you first time where you fail. Second time, then when you fail first time, they warn you. Second time, ready for the NR. So now the thing that day, the man at the year 020, before now 05 they give government number at the year 020. The 020 where they give the free education where he say he give. Of course, yes, free education day because he make from GSS 1 to the SST. SST, you pay some money that day. That is free, but not too free for the SST them. So outside the force, a lady, they say na free education, so that they not too free because people they still they pay. It come towards the bread and butter way it come with back. They think not to bread and butter again. It look like say this rose cassava way that they sell na streets. I think now we would put down the towards that more for. Oh, now man, I feel this. It feel big time, not too small one. Say war one. We will just say pray God. We tell her plenty thank you because anything we possibly do. If we school they go, if you not try self, they will give you on trial. So I give me my on trial. It fail. But na my brother. Na me see, na me brother, na me salon brother, and na me uncle, na me everything. But it fail me. Yeah? If you get any other chance back in Wallo Gear, let you come back and talk. We will listen. And thank you for the program.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Well, they do fine. If you don't call, no worry, will they call you, yeah? Now return with the return calls then. So phone line don't close. Please do not want new callers them, but you will be don't call with the return calls them. And when you call, please just stay to the 3 minutes. Yes, Mike. How much percentage you want to give President Bill 5 years in office?
I want to get 0%.
Why 0? You get 3 minutes for explain, sir.
Because President Bill a failure and a repeated failure, and he will continue for fail. If some people and choose for get another chance again, he go fail una again. Yeah. Come to Umar from LA. You know, Umar, you don't tell why they tell you from the past 4.5 years. Say this man na so a day. And now you they see exactly what they say. I they say now over and over, even at the forum all day, I they tell you say this man na so a day. Nobody listen. Now you don't see her. I'm glad you don't see her. Yeah. But me want to tell you about the corruption. What this Maya say he defect. President Bio say he defect corruption. The money for the COI. How much money you spend? What we money? I don't know we want one money. Yeah. All the money they own, we Ben Kefala don't collect. We not tell we how much you collect. We say we wanna put the money, the account they wanna put the money. We want that money they President Bio. We want some money. And that money they now for use for bill our hospital. We no bill. We want that money they for bill our hospital. Yeah. You forgive money. Yeah. And Laratero pay us where you fire because you don't want to let you know say you're not thief man. Because you don't continue for thief money, they take and go hide her. You were from the thief money. We want to money, President Bio, give money, yeah? Some people when they suffer. You come, you say they change, you can't change the narrative. 30 days, you don't make the country don't worse. You take money, you and the bank governor, when I go and say when they create new money, when I thief money, $68 million. When I say bank governor say go bribe. When I don't thief money done. The money when I take for go fix the for go make the new money when I not tell we 30 they will not know. Yeah? When I come now, when I can't give you money back, if government change, would they ask now for money back? We need the money in that country day. Yeah? We need the money for develop the country. Now yeah, money come for agriculture. When I for go do something at Kenema, when I for go build house them for the people, when I hire people for work now this agriculture. You grab say they go make farm, Ben Kefala grab say they go make farm, Chief Minister grab say they go make farm, the money loss. Where that money they? Where that $43 million they we want that? Yeah? Now 0% me they give this guy. This guy is a failure, a complete failure. If we vote for again, at the same thing he go do to una again. Until una not get sense that country rate, but una go learn one day. Yeah, I mean contribution and the AAA.
All right, thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Yes, caller, now the US line. Who do they talk to, please?
AAA, they talk to Francis. How are you,
Francis, you welcome, boss.
Yeah,
how much percent you want for President Bill?
For me, President Bill, I will get 20%.
You get 3 minutes for validate that.
Okay. The 20% once again for the free education because it's not quality education at all. It's just free. Then one thing while we want to echo back on this platform, then people are in the campaign of free education all the time. For me, I blame the past administration. Would they not be able to counter for this free education all the time? During the APC time, all the girl picking in Salona government school and government assistant school is free. I can tell you that. It was free. We have what they call a girl child. It was free. The primary, it was free. Then the SS, well, the government will pay, one of the JSS 3 and the SS, government will pay for the worst. So people they will only be paid for 2 terms and they will pay. Okay, so the university fee was cheap. So people will be able to get access to go university when they will be able to pay. And now people are not going to go university. They're not going to go. You will get the ones that will go. So to me, the education is just free, but it's not a quality education. That side is not correct. So the free education we don't start a long time. But people under the opposition, they will counter the statement all at all. That man, any side go to free education, free education. The education was free. Picking them, they pay 75,000 for 2 terms. Only the boy picking them. But only got picking them as alone. It was free. Only got picking primary school now. You boy picking them will not be free. He just come take the boy picking the now. That's 75,000. The other now they say no make free. Then the campaign now all sides are free, not free, not free. Well, people don't know that. People don't know that. Okay. Then the other thing was I get 20%. It's try for that libel law. Because that law they above journalism. They above journalism. Also the death penalty. Then they convict people in that country they on due process, nothing they go die for nothing they condemn them. So we can put that death penalty when we are again on that side. That's my contribution, bro.
Thank you very much, Francis. Yes, call on our WhatsApp. Please not call because I see people and still they call. The phone line don't close. We get Boku call for return, please. The phone line don't close. Yes, call on our WhatsApp. Who do they talk to?
Much and Triple A, maybe they talk now. Omar Fofana, they talk to you.
Omar Fofana, how much percent you want to give president being 5 years?
Exactly, I get 95%.
95%. You get 3 minutes for clarify that for you, sir.
Okay. Okay, one. We something we good. If you come on a hand, you will know the benefits. That's number one. Secondly, free education. Two, and for more we get independent Nasalo, they can't work who this man don't work. No president no can Nasalo, we don't do force. We don't take 61 years Nasalo. One, we not get airport. Any we say airport, then income they can. Me and you too, we're not in Africa, but they see how airports they make income. Then three. If I suppose I explain, maybe me 3 minutes they expire, and I don't explain. Okay, and how they hate somebody, now so God they bless her. If you hate somebody too much, God they bless her. Lord, and me if you be left by me you want, Lord left hand. Everything so getting time. This man here, he don't struggle long time. In then our opposition more than 10 years in Bia. In Bia the effect and the cost everything so far. We see everything so far where they go na salon. Not for this one time you know oh man don't can a president, all man they talk you. Yes, we'll get right for talk. But what good thing they na hand. If you don't come on and say I be no be like this one no go good 10 years na salon war. But good thing they come, man. We'll see how things they go. So please, la Allman talking yon. Me no say for say this in good 5 years. We don't do so. After some time back, and if you win the election, he will do more than this one back. Because before you be a president, you do what always talk. You don't do much. In say for say they give the free education in do then tell and say for say you know go able do you know go able travel, you don't travel, then say for say how they hate somebody now so God they bless her. So thank you so much admin at the you platform. Like God bless you, like God answer will pray assist them and God bless you so much. Thank you, sir.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Amen. Thank you very much, Dauda.
Yes.
Yeah. I read the 8%, and so God they bless him. Yes, Tolo. How much percent you want for give President Bill?
I will get 20%.
You get 3 minutes for explain why.
Yeah, the 20%, the free education we say, get quality, but we don't start there. I know say the next government will continue. And I will get a small thing back for the airport where you don't put already. When you have been out and you don't go pull again. And so go left will fair way for. Yes, standing infrastructure and development. And this man, the bad thing that we're doing at the country, Where come he say pulled and death penalty, he get death squad, people all the kill. He get killer then. He pull death squad, but he get people all the kill. When you so this way go Jason, tell if the other government meter, wanna go for them, wanna kill them. He gets them. He get them people and this. So down there now, wrong. 5 good years with this man sit down. Nobody know for demonstrate now the country. They suppress people. People mean a Muslim. We rules Islam. He say not suppress. You say not allow them suppress you. Yes. This man come from where come na power. Soldier business now put na need. We not like soldier man na salon. Soldier man the record what them come. NPS we glad for them. All man come on a street for them. But the ending one, say mother be a call over to take. We know the game of them they play. 70 trailer and 70 convoy when they reach somewhere might 38 so the soldier man they go for escort people they sabi all that get money at the convoy. Now they play them game then they. We know I come on they set up say they go over to class it come if you now you referee will come out for say tomorrow we come out you make no more let the country get peace. You know ever kind then for say they come for power. Then be even necessarily you get a lot of money. But after I go, he come back. He say, yeah, what you have been not promise me. I don't come home. They can't give you. That's a good man. Then we kind of power. Now civilian people they vote for. We kind of power. Touch soldier man they pass. Anytime I go, soldier, hey. What's in this na salon again? Madam you. Now failure. I go give 20% for some other things, but now failure. Madam you fail the country. You meet $750 now they 11 years, then people meet dollar about 300,000. Come on. You triple that amount say over 2 million for dollar. Come on, $400. Man, you don't understand nothing. You just they compensate people. You go pull like a tailor. You see pull am for. The last government, if you order the other say they corrupt. The problem about SLPP and APC, SLPP, what they give a name, some other time they don't know they argue. But SLPP, then go tin up, they don't defend. Who not latif, man? APC, SLPP, who not latif, man? APC now they talk, but una can tin up one talk, speak to people, una begin to tell people and people are not go school, they're not this, they're not that. Then the time they come, no, people wait small. The time now they come so now, then they can't pull them. They come out. Now, you know, get ID card up to now. Say now, the time they near almost about 2 months, 9 left. What's the wait? For put confusion. Okay, that's it.
All right, thank you, Tolo. All man gets 3 minutes. You go above, you come out. 3 minutes, you get your case for make. Yeah? UOB don't call. The phone line don't close. We don't take new callers anymore. The phone line is closed. But UOB don't call. Definitely, we they call you back. Eh? All right. Ezekiel, will they come? Now you go lock the mouth for me. If you don't call, we watch your phone. Who that would they talk to, please?
People, this is AS Bangura.
AS Bangura, you got for Feto for. It's your Apula man just now. How much percent you want for the president bill?
But I mean that money again 2%.
2%. You get 3 minutes.
Yes.
3 minutes.
And I'm gonna give him one reason why I give him. There's one reason why I give him 2%.
Okay.
He doesn't make again 2%. Now because a couple of the callers actually alluded to this. Because it pays some sort of percentage of certain beginning school fees. You understand it? And just like the caller, I think it was the last call actually I mentioned. I don't know if it was the last call or 2 callers prior that mentioned something about how we can actually counter that argument by saying that the APC government was actually doing something similar with the girls. Okay, but besides that, I have a question. Right, this is for the general public in Sierra Leone, Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora. Right, Matoka Pakio. Now, competition we're gonna salon for sooner than the worst leader. Honestly, I want to know. Because it seems like for say, anytime we want administration come, the only thing that they look now what's the past administration don't do, then they complain bots, and they talk bots, and they And honestly, this administration right now don't magnify that me points. There's so much so that everybody now where they kind of this platform now actually they see that and they don't see that. Even people except in a salon don't see that, and it's disgusting. It's gross, to be honest. What is the problem? What is going on? Why can't we move past what has happened and look at the future? Actually, you know what? Let's look at the present. Let's look at what's happening right now. Why can't we fix what's happening right now? It's like, okay, it's like this. I bring a problem to you, right? We have a problem. This is my problem that I'm facing right now. But you want to talk about my problems that I had 5 years ago. How can we solve anything if all we're doing is retracting as a nation? I don't even want to talk about politics. I just want to talk about as a nation, because it seems like this is a divide. There's a divide in a nation, a huge division in a nation, right? Because you get people that we want battle, but then they really look at the reason. They don't get real reason as to why they did battle, right? They don't want to acknowledge the wrongdoings. Because one of the biggest problems that I've noticed in Sierra Leone politics, right, and it's not even just like the politicians. This is among the supporters also. The bias is extreme. They have a blind side. Most supporters. I'm not going to say all. Most supporters in Sierra Leone have blinders on, right, and they cannot see any wrongdoing for the party that they support. I'll be the first one to tell you that EBK is one of the worst presidents that we ever had in Sierra Leone. And I'm a born, and I'll tell you this, me papa, na APC paramount chief from Mafoki chiefdom, na Potloko. And my mom, but I'm just saying, the problem is this. This is my biggest problem that I have with Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone people that are voters in Sierra Leone. Let's stop the bias voting and let's vote for policies. Let's vote for the right candidate that we know, that we think, because you can never know anything, that we think that's going to help us. That's all I want to say. Let's not put politics. Let's help the country.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't call, we no worry. I will come. You do not now. Then I'll come to Ezekiel. No, yeah, we don't call you now, answer. Now one chance. I'll call you now, answer. So we move. Yes, Mo. What's in the percentage we want to give?
I will give the percentage later on. I will give the percentage.
You get 3 minutes. You get 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's just talk about few things about President Bio, which make enable do better things this in first time. Yeah, one President Bio, like one guy we give opinion, talk to the camera. I believe say that guy they give honest opinion. And one of the things that we mention, when are this team President Bio administration never pick? Hate crime. The hate crime in salon, it go up. Too much hate to ourselves. The caller we just dropped the phone, just said that. Too much hate among ourselves, na Sierra Leone. The biasness among ourselves in that country there. Since President Bio take over, it don't too much. The fighting among citizens, it don't so high. That love will we get for ourselves as Sierra Leonean, that soft mind will we get for ourselves as a Sierra Leonean, we lost her. But also we lost her, that because we lack leadership, and make we lost that quality in our salon. Everybody be they talk to President Bio, even at this show, when they talk to the President Bio, come out as the father of the nation, make it can address the nation. How it go bring people and come together. Because the way things they go so in that country, they not look good. People are left for talk, then they left for talk, making former President Ernest Baikro, making them talk. Inaugurally, since this August 10 incident happened. Look the kind of brutal way they go do to the police them and what the police and do to the civilians. So what thing they cause that? Now lack of leadership. and I blame the president for that. And one thing where the president do we affect him again is where he thinks everybody in the Western area, especially Freetown, they are opposition. So for any way it treat people them from the Western area, it treat them so hard, like say they're opposition, they're not to Sierra Leoneans them. And everybody get right for belong. Everybody get right for support to them, want for support. And without opposition, the government not nothing. But in see Freetonians them as an opposition, and that affect them for making not listen to the problems them. And as I tell you this night, if a President Bill sit down in bed right now, you listen to your program. The money no get grab for go campaign. Sometimes speech with all right, you no get talk. Because everybody we don't call now, 99% don't cry down. And these are not foreigners, these are Sierra Leoneans. It's not people who love salon. If not maybe they campaign, or I mean I be President Bill in campaign manager this night, I don't turn my campaign strategy over. Because this is not a big blow for her. This is not a big blow for President Bill in administration. That for tell you say, let me not get no way for rate President Bill, because guess what? We not get 24-hour water, we not get 24-hour electricity, no good hospital. So no way not the way me go rate and say, because I go salon, I did it for 3 months plus. Now I buy gas every day. I buy fuel every day from a generator. Every day. That's how I go see people in the buy EDSA top up. That I go know about that unit. You buy EDSA top up 100,000 or 200,000. You get 8 trillion. I say, what's the balance money go? They say GST. I say, I don't understand. What's the balance money go? So you go prefer to make a light generator. So for me, President Bill, I don't feel so need for rate and save because I wish somebody do good in the school at the return. So for me, thank you very much, Triple A.
All right, thank you very much, Mo. I see new people in the call. Please don't call. The phone line don't close. This one don't miss you, yeah? No call, I beg. You'll be don't call, definitely. You know, so you go get to a call.
Oh.
Yes, Maury, you get 3 minutes. How much percent you want for give President Bill?
0.5%.
You get 3 minutes for validate
this
that.
0.5% now because it a flag with national flag, other parts of the world. So that means we flag, then they recognize them, say person can represent we. First of all, one thing we make attire with the entire Bill government. At first, I never wanted President Bill. My first option, unfortunately, now I became the young killer 2018. And after that, we can the young killer don't run off. I consider President Bill because one, he probably be don't lead once, and say he don't get general knowledge about how leadership they and where he can, he go able for do more. Obviously, in as much the past government not been do perfect, but they did their own best, and I would expect President Bill for come and continue. Not all things go with, but few things then they wait for don't continue with. But we President Bill can, first of all, not to only opposition, but it disrespect the people of this country, Sierra Leoneans, including even SLPP people. When this election tend to reach, some people where they na Green Party, they go definitely support because we country people and just the support because of color. Say this now we party, but some of them not even proud about waiting it they do. Even now in cabinet, ministers them, they even grumble. President Bio, the people of Sierra Leone don't cry many times when situations don't happen. From the justice, the police, everybody they cry about how they suffer. President Bio never came out. Even down to before August 10, there was a lot of ways where President Bio for not even prevent that from happening. He never did. Because sometimes they even pray say over to take place so that in time go extend. But after all that, he come back, he calls Sierra Leoneans terrorists. Imagine you the lead terrorists. I don't know what he call himself. President Bio in government, they're not ever for once take responsibility for anything will happen in our country. In the way they know, say this is a disadvantage, and they were not eating. This is a technology war. Everything they show up in the social media, it never take responsibility. But the lack for compare to themselves, with crisis kind of country, Ukraine, the entire world, corner the entire world. What if this country will they been in America? I must people would they see the bad police them, where they hold that they arrest them, that they even jail them for some certain thing they wouldn't do. I must tell we don't see police there, that they kill people. In fact, where the government or any spokesman come at the social media, now for can't take opposition as then are the people them will cause the problem. Any failed person, any failed government, now opposition, now it puts all the blame palm. President Bill knew about all the problems. Then in debates before the election, he talked about all the things the way Salombi they go before. So would I say like put Andy? You know, for we don't put Andy if you know say no Ebola. Now where you can wide all the excuses. He talk about rice go up. He talk about this, everything go up now. But he's still blaming the rest of the world for waiting to go on. We not even affect we. Ukraine never even supply we oil. President Bill not do absolutely anything. Not deserve a second. In fact, na jail na they deserve. Thank you.
All right, Maury, thank you. I see a lot of people in the comment section. I don't know, but phone line don't close now. But you know, see yourself big opportunity for call. Express yourself. You big opportunity, but the phone line don't close anyway. We don't now. Yes, Ezekiel. If you forget, sir, what's in the rating you go give?
I'll give the president 10% in respect of the
you
people
get 5
away the
minutes,
vote
sir,
for.
for just help with for clarify why 10%.
All right, thank you so much, Triple A, and listeners. From the beginning, we think they begin for unfold in that country they on the negative side. You know, they always say when you the campaign as a president candidate and then you win, when you don't win, you become the president for the whole Sierra Leone. You know, and from the first incident where it happened at that country, President Bill not ever try for be president for Sierra Leone, the whole of Sierra Leone. Take to this time, you know, anybody way it been done like Kaba and then Pakurma, the first time where you dey in the office, you dey go all out for make sure say you appease the people and way them vote for you and the one the way they not vote for you. Because we already know inside democracy, there's always gonna be opposition where they not will ever vote for you or your party. But when you don't win, you become a president of Sierra Leone. Anytime where you go, then they address you as the president from Sierra Leone. And yet, ever try at all for bring people in the fold, the one that says we they not vote for. Try for them. Like, not tell me, say, I do free education, so therefore I don't bring people inside the fold. No, that is not the point. You as a president, you not a counselor, you not a peacemaker, you not the person where they buy you the country. And you have never, he not ever tried for do this. He not ever tried for do this. He they continue for arm other people and wait and they not the party for let them go do evil now other places. Because he say now una way they talk to them, way they talk to in Kabali, they say now una get for do some things that we una need for do, not to me go for go do them. And so as a result, way then do them, he not they address anything. And when this thing fail, when nepotism, way you begin show difference for people the way then they do bad. Because you sabi there or then they now you side, then do bad, you not hold them responsible. You don't turn over the whole place. Right now, I don't care what you don't put in place. I don't care what you don't do for the country. If people are so unhappy, it's not fine. From the time when he come to power, people are just unhappy. Then they cry everywhere. Incident happen, people are lost them. People are, he just they take them, go bury them. You don't care whether the people and family then show up or not. Hey, what's kind of leadership, Randy? How much fire you left in the people in hearts? Even during the war, this thing have not been happen. When the rebel and kill people and they left, the people and family members then come if they able to identify, then take them, go bury them. But you as a government inside democracy, you know, the police then kill people them, or people them die, whatever. Take them. Just keep them anyhow and then bury them anyhow. And you feel say that cry there, go against the one the way they're responsible for that behavior there. Because you, if them do unto your family member, would you be happy, sir? Una day inside government, then do unto your family member, would you be happy? That this simple logic, and I mean they always see, and I see leaders then their hearts just die against the young people. When last you check if they do this to me picking, to me brother and picking, to me uncle, to me auntie, I'm not go happy for let this year happen to me. Then why are you doing it to your own people? You wait for be the leader for them people and they. I not care which kind of development you come with. If the people are not happy, you they continue to antagonize them in a way that way call for. Now then for nothing because everybody just not get for that and left that amenities where they put in place. But their happiness, I not care how much little it is. No more for matter. If the country always put people in force as una party they claim, then there is no way, even when they pass with the convoy, hit somebody, and that person they die. Even una not stop. But the moment I reach to the office, I will make sure I call that area there, that location there. Me convoy way in the past, they hit somebody. These are my people. It's an unfortunate event. Do you have me at the big? Sorry, this not gonna happen again. Or we go try our best for it not happen again. But you just drive off like they are animals. Hey, and you want back for kind of power, sir? No, you not deserve that. And I'm not gonna talk about the airport. The airport's good, but long we imagine this. How main window for Canada we country we just put on a foreigners they have. The main man we go make decision at the airport na foreigner. And they always, oh yeah, you okay? Man, yeah, okay for work inside airport, then I take bus, I go back na the plane. Fine. But as long as my country they control them, that's fine. There is no way a Turkish airline go come with something when the boss man na that company they na get a way Sierra Leone possible will search her. Anyway, so much for talk, but we thank God for it make us safe to the 50 year. But Sierra Leonean, please, 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 now they suffer right now. We go na that voting booth, they put something on, and we go make sense for you. Thank you so much, Triple A. God bless.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. To all the one that we don't call, one for say thank you. Yes, Alpha, welcome on board. If you for it, sir, how much percent you want give President Bill?
I think for me, thanks for having me, Triple A, and sorry for a bit late. We get snowstorm now this part of the world and come on the road too bad for drive. Okay. But thank God I don't reach home. Yes. For me, President Bio, I think he still not get reached 30%.
Clarify why.
Good. I will talk on 4 points. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 points exactly. The very first one, I think that music way, I don't know if na Big Joe singer or waiting, where they made the inside 2017, 2018, before the kind of power. We say Tolombo no Residoya angry Boku. That music they don't lost. They are on a phenom, they are the big Saturday bring and come back. Lord Siba, if that song they get meaning right now na Sierra Leone. Because these are the people with Misidom opposition, they have all the solution to the problems in the country. Yeah, Triple A. The first thing I will talk about now the economy. Like I say, JJ Safa will continue for quota many time ago. He says 6 months, then they fix the low economy. The bread and butter. When a Saloma problem, he said then they fix them. Let them just give them 6 months. 98.1. After 6 months, when they interview on 98.1, the man talk and say even if they count the best presidents in the world for can fix the low economy, say will be big problem. Can you imagine that? So that's the first deception in in a very, very big way to Sierra Leoneans. These people make every commitment. In fact, President Bio say it unlock the leakages them. La quote exactly from them. Yeah. I will close the leakages, them there all then they say go lock them and other money they night they use for even for run the education system. To the extent when they interview President Bio, they say, well, how you think say the leakage there with in fact he give figures. Triple go ask almost for one bag rest. Go ask almost for one bag rest. It's more than 600,000. Yeah, 750 to be precise. Laputa for general 750,000, and by then rest was like 200. These people were in opposition. Then they castigate the former government any kind way. Provide solution upon solution. But this same president, now come back in 98.1, he said, what you did now, the way you see and what you go inside are two different things. So you know that day, but they castigate the former government. Now go to number 2 point. You know, when you look at from the first minister to the last minister, I mean first minister, from the chief minister, take handle, none part no able to talk without they not talk about free quality education. But I beg for differ today, that make me own point very clear as a program person, Tripoli. Yeah. We don't have free quality education in Sierra Leone. We have free education. What do I mean by that? If you not pay school fee, no mean say the quality the education are free. Because every other charges, parents are paying them. Every other charges, including badge, including you name them, now we submit the school development fund, some teachers then they will not they pass payroll, parents then they contribute, every other charges. So let's go back to the word again. Free quality education. Is this really free? Wherein the parents and they pay every other charges now the schools them. We even when they start that when they start this free education thing, when I've seen the name they come up. You read them on radio, oh, who school I call this school, we they go there, we they this. At the end of the day, they know they cannot solve the schools them problem. They stop that. Yeah, they stop that. Before when I interview President Vio, he said, in fact, school shoes, all he go give, uniform. They even ask him, I don't forget the guy who interviewed him, his name. They even ask him, I say, how much you think say he go spend if we will give calculation? People, where are all this English where they speak per week? It's not there. So another free quality education is free education. Because the quality aspect for where me they go me they go school na salon. Yeah. When you get your qualification for go for a big college or other mainline universities, then as salon day. Nobody know they conduct entrance exam. Nobody pass this term. Now they introduce entrance exam. All in the university when me sabi, Jala introduce them, FBC introduce them. I wonder if my guy no me introduce them. Picking they get qualification, so we're going able pass entrance exam. They will say na quality. So let not even go for quality aspects. Even when they interview the minister this morning, he said, well, it's a work in progress. So let them not even put them inside it. Yeah. Now go to the second point, infrastructural development. Tripoli. You see, with minister, they make mention of all them build 100-bed hospital na Kiama Road and laugh. I could remember they told me this Sierra Leone. Former president launched all them hospital and the one at Kiama Road, the one at Rokupa, 100 beds them. Now they country, they say that they development them. When you want to talk that side, they will say, oh, development, government na continuity. But when it come for put the blame, then they say na continuity. Instead of the fact, then they say then take the economy, say hello economy under life support. Waiting on a justification, they say because the country may under austerity. But I shock people them. Ghana puts the entire economy, this Ebola COVID thing, then put the economy under austerity, then cut down on all the things that they do. The president. But what will young government do? If I in a budget, if I increase, then they increase salary, add more MDs there. Let's go to my next point, quick, Tripoli. Human rights. Then the boss now the factory want to talk MCC. Now first then the quote for you MCC. Right now in the MCC, the human rights reports don't decline. Yes, they don't decline. When they talk about the recent reports, they don't come out. American embassy, they report amnesty. When they talk about the one in the. But when you look at the human rights abuses now, free on Sierra Leone in general, it's in the increase. But I go back again to the president. He said the conflicts against three things: them lawlessness, indiscipline. I don't know if you remember corruption. Triple law check no if corruption not stealing as a law. They candy. Our country and the next point standing. Corruption is still high. The anti-corruption commission, what they do now? Opposition they defect. When you want to talk, see the minister this morning, I laugh. He said in a one example where people in corrupt their office, he can and go to the ACC. Like seriously, almost corruption cases. Even when they sack Lagatelo Pias, the auditor general, the one way that you put person them puts them back. People they can't corrupt, the kind money we lost. Hey, boo. Are these people meaning? Do they mean well for our country? Do they mean well for our country? No way. They don't mean well. Now for just enrich themselves. Almost travel, President Bio not travel. If we calculate that expenses, they are tell anybody in per diem, the travel cost, the ticket or whatever. If they calculate all, and they challenge anybody, if they give you one standard hospital, na Freetown or even an upline safe, one major standard, where they get every equipment inside it. But what do we benefit from is traveling? Instead, they say they go rebrand Sierra Leone as if Sierra Leone was never branded before. Or even a brand where we get, how you call them. Misplaced priority now, I think, for me now, inside this government. Misplaced priority. I'm not going to talk about agriculture. What do we benefit from agriculture? Tamabom. Today, they not produce one bag rest na Tamabom. Today. In fact, videos then they go up where the workers then at Tamabom right now don't begin it. Come say they're not paying them for like 5 months. So if we give away another 5 years, well, I think like where my brother Big Bank is say is well the exchange rate will go almost 400,000 per $1. If we give them, because these people don't have solution. I can tell anybody, if they would have got solution, trust me, this is the first 5 years. In fact, now we for the call, let them back. Not just round up because of time, Tripoli. When you look at President Bio, former president and President Bio, the first 5 years of Ernest Koma and then President Bio, it's like sleep and death. Ernest Koma transformed the economy. In fact, in second time we the campaign, campaign like we campaign we in the opposition, because there was results to be seen. People saw the results. But what do they see now? Then they pass stifle oppositions, and just because they want for they at an advantage for the election. The democratic space, they just shrink them every other day. Every other day, then they shrink them. Now wait, no more. Give them small more. The next this week to next week, we hear another law say they don't pass for this election. Anyway, I rest my case, Tripoli. A lot there for talk about. God bless you. And
All right,
God
thank
bless
you
Mama
very
Salon.
much, Alpha. Alpha unlock the domot. We done for today. For its President Bill in 5 years. Everybody don't talk their own. Maybe waiting and talk not go well with you. Maybe waiting and talk, they don't speak up for you. It's up to you. But looking at the comment section, you go realize there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work. People them way they support this current administration. I don't know if they know they listen, or as long as you know speak within the one for understand. That means to say you get by that for President Bill, you know, and the country for better, this and that. I feel say we forget when even if President Bill they talk, you not go well with waiting President Bill they talk. Just put yourself in shoe first, but say, okay, why they talk so? Let me be President Bill for 1 minute, but let's see why he talks so. Somebody they talk say no, President Bill not do well. I get 0.5%, I get 10%, I get 0%. Why? Eh? But the most thing we they see is na APC then. Na APC then. Na APC. Come on. Eh? Come on. One thing we would have done the following, will agree with me. The last election. Because right now, you feel say you party na in the win. When the results not go your way, you can't begin talk say the people are stupid, the people who sabi waiting the last one them be do. Una one that they then get right for vote for who they want for vote for. Yeah? And as people say, una the diaspora, yes, we come for speak up, diaspora not for talk. Diaspora not for talk, we come for speak up. But we come for money, diaspora for give money. Diaspora for give money, we come to money. Oh. Dave Aruna say in the suspect me. Brian at 360. So if you say me na Sally one signer, well, sorry for make I disappoint you. Yeah? This particular platform, not to Sally one signer platform. You go carry you like with who they talk. The next day when you come, you not go like with who they talk. So just get that one day clear. Not to Sally one signer. Now the problem with people who they support, the APC supporters and the SLPP supporters. Who side and they brag, back, we see the only. Sally one signer, now they for don't grab the we see that left side, like say who die in right side don't die. So if you can't meet we so today, tomorrow we go meet we, you go say, what's happening? Because that's how we are. So now anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll go meet back tomorrow. On Friday, ECSL say the voter ID card is not ready. People go begin pick up their ID card. Go there back tomorrow, yeah?